Donald Trump has well and truly entered the war, and the Ayatollah is not happy. The US president has been talking tough since rushing back from the G7 to take control of the escalating situation in the Middle East. And his most recent threat sent a very strong message to Iran. Either comply or regret it.
People that I don't want to fight either. I'm not looking to fight. But if it's a choice between fighting and them having a nuclear weapon, you have to do what you have to do. Maybe we won't have to fight. Don't forget, we haven't been fighting. We add a certain amount of genius to everything, but we haven't been fighting at all. Israel's done a very good job of that. But we'll see what happens. The bottom line is they can't have nuclear. And if I can't imagine that Ted Cruz said it's okay for Iran to have nuclear, including Tucker. I don't think Tucker says it's okay. The problem is then they get themselves into a thing. They don't want them to have nuclear, but then they say, well, we don't want to fight. Well, you're going to have to make a choice because it's possible that you're going to have to fight for them not to have nuclear.
This sparked a wave of bizarre and chilling responses by the Ayatollah through none other than his X account. The tweets suggested that Ayatollah is very dissatisfied with US intervention in the war between Israel and Iran. He then went on to make his own threats to Donald Trump and the United States, saying, "The US entering in this war is 100% to its own detriment. The damage it will suffer will be far greater than any harm that Iran may encounter." He doubled down on this in a video.
ملت ایران در مقابل جنگ تحمیلی محکم می ایسته، همچنانی که تا حالا ایستاده. در مقابل صلح تحمیلی محکم می ایسته. ملت ایران در مقابل تحمیل تسلیم هیچ کس نمیشه. ورود آمریکا در این قضیه 100% به ضرر اوست. اونچه که او در این زمینه ضربه خواهد خورد به مراتب بیشتر است از اونچه که ایران ممکنه صدمه بخوره. صدمه آمریکا اگر ورود در این میدان بشه، ورود نظامی در این میدان بکنه، صدمه جبران ناپذیری خواهد بود بدون تردید.
And then also said, the harm the US will suffer will definitely be irreparable if they enter this conflict militarily. And then he made it very clear that he doesn't mind if he lives or dies.
من جان ناقابلی دارم، جسم ناقصی دارم، اندک آبرویی هم دارم که این رو هم خود شما به ما دادید. همه اینها رو من کف دست گرفتم، در راه این انقلاب و در راه اسلام فدا خواهم کرد. هم نثار شما باشه. سید ما، مولای ما، دعا کن برای ما. صاحب ما تویی، صاحب این کشور تویی، صاحب این انقلاب تویی. پشتیبان ما شما هستید. ما این راه رو ادامه خواهیم داد، با قدرت هم ادامه خواهیم داد. در این راه ما رو با دعای خود، با حمایت خود، با توجه خود.
He also highlighted that Iran would not be surrendering, saying, "It isn't wise to tell the Iranian nation to surrender. What should the Iranian nation surrender to? We will never surrender in response to the attacks of anyone. This is the logic of the Iranian nation. This is the spirit of the Iranian nation." This was a direct response to Trump's demand that Iran unconditionally surrender.
What does unconditional surrender mean? Can you explain it for those who don't?
Two very simple words. Very simple. Unconditional surrender. That means I've had it. Okay, I've had it. I give up. No more. Then we go blow up all all the nuclear stuff that's all over the place there. No, they had bad intentions. For 40 years they've been saying death to America, death to Israel, death to anybody else that they didn't like. They were bullies. They were schoolyard bullies. And now they're not bullies anymore, but we'll see what happens. Look, nothing's finished until it's finished.
And whilst the Ayatollah is talking tough on X, reports suggest that he has gone into hiding after Trump's brutal threats.
Fox News alert, the Ayatollah has gone into hiding. He's believed to be holed up inside an underground bunker northeast of the Capitol. This is a different kind of Iranian hostage crisis. Khomeini can hide, but he can't run. For the past 24 hours, Israel's been attacking the area around his underground lair. But Khomeini, still talking tough, says Iran will not surrender to anyone, and is warning that if America joins the fight and strikes, it'll result in irreparable damage.
And with a leader in hiding and Tehran being pummeled by Israel, the situation is looking dire for Iran at the moment, and the residents see it. Millions have taken to their cars over the past few days to evacuate the city, adhering to Donald Trump's demands. And whilst Trump and Khamenei are exchanging threats online, the real and urgent threat still lurks in the potential for nuclear war, outlines Ted Cruz.
You need an ICBM to get to America. If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, I think the odds are unacceptably high that we would find out with a mushroom cloud over New York City or Los Angeles or Tel Aviv in Israel. And